We're gonna go to my childhood library, my favorite place on earth. Ruining the vibe. Just here's the librarian to go to the library. It was absolutely trippy being back in the library that grew me, that shaped and transformed the way that I see the world, and that introduced me to some of my favorite books. I got distracted at the book sales section, which I definitely don't remember that they had as a kid. I was shook by how much, like, Emily Henry, like, there was a discovery of witches, there were so many copies of The Vanishing Half, and it was just so cool to see, like, little updates to the library like this, like things that as a kid I would have freaked out about. As I was browsing the aisles, I started noticing new favorites. Like this one, When the Reckoning Comes, was so fantastic. And as a kid, I realized that so many of the diverse books that I read now, I either didn't know that they existed or they like weren't in the library to begin with. And because it's me, I started getting a little obsessive and looking for the books that quote unquote saved me, the books that helped me to come to terms with my Blackness, fall in love with myself and my history and my culture, and the books that challenged me to think differently about love and disability and social identity. And I saw that the library had so many favorites. Like, they had Nalo Hopkinson, who I love and who nobody knows about. And it was really cool to see so many of the authors that have changed my life over the years being represented in the library that I grew up in. I am getting hit with such a wave of nostalgia because this is like where I spent all my time as a kid. You can hear children in the background, but literally I would spend all my time here as a kid in this specific section, like the young adult like section. And I just read so many of these books, and it's nice to be back and also see more diverse options, because when I was younger there weren't as many, and honestly if there were, I wasn't really reading them. So it's nice to be back and know that like Black kids who grew up here, who are growing up here, have access to diverse literature that actually represents their experiences. Man, it feels very like weird though, like being back here, definitely. Wow. Is this the time where we start talking about like inner child healing and like generational trauma? A few years ago, I started reading middle grade and young adult novels, and I feel like it really helped me to like heal like childhood trauma, and it helped me to reconnect with my like inner like little self who just needed more understanding and more grace like for myself as a kid. And so being back and seeing all these books, like literally this like Black queer books, which I definitely needed as a kid who was trying to figure out my identity. So many. Oh, like this. Yo, They're Vicious Games. This has been on my list for like a really long time, but this book like has to do with the admissions process at elite universities, predominantly white universities, and this Black girl who's navigating the process in this like Hunger Games-esque world. Like, what would it have been like navigating the like college application process if I had access to this book? Like, I'm just like having a lot of thoughts and feels, y'all. But it's so delightful to be here and see more diverse books being not only on the shelves, but also being highlighted, like downstairs with like Ta-Nehisi coats and Toni Morrison. Like, I'm proud of this library. and how far it has come. I also was so delighted to see that the summer reading shelf was so diverse. Like, it was just so cool seeing a diverse array of options, and it wasn't just race, it was also disability. It was so many beautiful things, just showing like how important representation is, which made me very happy. I promise this stuff reminds me of trip was a success. I reflected, I got some work done, some job searching. It was a good time.